Good morning, fellow students and instructors. This is Chris Kenitzer. I apologize, I missed both Zoom meetings this week, and that was a communication breakdown, which was 100% my fault. In lieu of that, I'm putting together a brief presentation of my material. And the good news is I'm able to expand my skill set and put together my information on YouTube, create a video, share it with you guys. It'll be archived as a resource through the link for the duration, if needed, as needed. The bad news is I didn't get to take part in your guys' wins and losses in your stories so far, in your experiences. So I'm remiss at that. So if you guys can reach out, respond throughout the week, I would appreciate that. Any feedback and advice from those of you who are having success with this, and also from those of you who are struggling with this. So we'll get right to it. The script, for me, my strategy was reading it 3 to 5 times all the way through. Now, this is without the phone. This is without any other distractions, really. Read it once or twice, get up, go make a sandwich. Come back, read it again, go check the mail. And just sit with it. And you're not rehearsing it. You're not trying to commit it to memory. And this is so that you're able to, once you do make the call, be able to deviate, start on script, jump off script, and then get back onto the script if you need to. They're kind of like, the script is there for, it's like training wheels basically. So I found it helpful to read through it 3 to 5 times and then just have it off to the side on my tablet, on my computer screen, whatever. I have that raised along with the intake form. And I can just go back and forth between the two. I have them both up as I'm on the phone with who I'm talking to. Another thing another strategy is to just have the phone up, have the number for whatever city council, town hall, resource center that you're about to call. Have your screen lit, have the phone number there, but don't dial it, but just pretend that other person's on the phone and that they've already answered, and go through your spiel, your version of your script. Have your script up. Try reading through it verbatim. Try your own twist. But just doing that, giving yourself a little cold call before there's actually anybody else on the other line, that might help. Also, what I'd like to do is I just started a master list of notes, and this is my chicken scratch. I know what it means, and that's all that matters. So as long as I can end up translating this onto the intake forms, the different emails and correspondence that I'm going to need. I can populate everything else from this after the conversation, but this just helps me jot things down. Times, flow charts. Logan's the first guy I called. I've been assigned to the Grand Canyon. He was the one that answered. He sent me right to the town manager. She sent me this guy's number, and on, and it just starts to build out. This is just mine, but that helps me have an understanding of the essence of the script, be jotting down critical information on the side as needed. And I don't sound like a robot. If you're trying to read directly from the script, if you're trying to commit the script to memory, chances are you're going to sound like it. And it's going to take a lot of repetition doing it that way to not sound like a robot over the phone. You want to have the essence of it. And the same thing with the email, that the template that I used, that I put together, that seemed to work for me. It's not just gonna, that might not work for everybody, but it's there as a closing email or as a correspondence template if you want to use it. Or you can come up with your own. Basically, just whatever captures the essence of that. And so, a brief account of what I've experienced so far. Again, was assigned ambassadorship to Grand Canyon, the city of Tucson, up north, and I had the pleasure of speaking with the town manager almost right away. Her name's Charlie, and just the relief in her voice when I spoke to her, she just was like, "This is serendipitous," and those were her words. Like, I can't believe you're calling right now. Like, we're in the middle of a crisis, and this is exactly the perfect time for this. So she promptly gave me the number of a community member who's on the fire board, and he's part of a group beginning a community outreach program there in Tucson right now. That's in its infancy stages. His name is Andrew. He was very helpful. I had a very good conversation with him. He's just same response. As soon as I called him, just thank you. Finally, somebody's called. They were waiting for us to somebody to extend this opportunity to them. Their community is in crisis, and just the relief in these people's voices to hear from me it struck me as very significant. So, but I'm being invited to join a tribal council Zoom meeting on Tuesday, I believe. So I better not miss that Zoom meeting, right? But the point is, you're going to get invitations. This is the networking, and some of you might already have experienced this to some capacity. You're getting invited to conference calls or Zoom meetings, or just getting to interact with people on different levels, and that's really what this is about. And these people are they're just very grateful, and it really struck me how important this is. Because we can tend to take for granted the resources that we're surrounded in down here. We're surrounded by, and some of these people are in remote areas of the state, in the far corners, that can feel like they've never been touched by the light of the sun before. And the relief in their voices is so profound. I can't guarantee everybody's going to have this experience, but I want to share this with you guys. I happen to live in Anthem. Part of me was had my fingers crossed, like maybe I'll get my own town here. But whoever in the class has been assigned ambassadorship to Anthem, I'm sure you'll do us proud. But this was really cool, getting to reach out to the Grand Canyon and finding out that they have to bust their worst, most critical autistic and mental health crisis situations an hour south. These individuals have to be bussed down to Williams for any sort of critical intervention to take place. And so I have contacts I've reached out to in Williams. I'm awaiting to hear back from, as well as the K-12 principal at the Grand Canyon School, who's also a part of this team, this coalition that they're trying to put together within the community for a program called Street Policy. Now that's basically their boots on the ground. It's called Street Policy, and they're the community members of the tribe and of the town and the area in Grand Canyon. They're trying to work with the police, where the tensions are very high, and they're trying to work with the fire department. They're trying to work with public safety to really create what the essence of what boots on the ground is, but there's their version of it. So this is a really cool opportunity. And I want to leave with a quick story. I went and visited the guys at work. I've been out for several months with back-to-back surgeries, and I haven't seen them in a while. I stopped by, and they were just like, I asked them what was going on, and same old stuff, Chris. You haven't really missed much, and what are you been up to? How you been doing? And I'm like, you know what? I'm the ambassador to the Grand Canyon for this awesome nonprofit 501c3 out of Goodyear, Arizona, that's just killing it. And I'm getting to help build something very significant, a first responder program for autism and mental illness and people and families in crisis. And I was saying it out loud, put some accountability to it. So, and it's important. It's a great opportunity. So brag about it. Go tell your dog, tell your mom, tell your boyfriend, tell your girlfriend, tell your roommate, hey, I'm an ambassador to Fountain Hills, to Flagstaff, say it, own it, be proud of it, brag about yourself. You should. This is a good thing, and you should be honored to be a part of this. And there's just so much good that can be done with just a couple phone calls and emails, those can really get the balls rolling in a lot of different directions, and for lack of a better phrase, spread like wildfire. So again, I apologize for any redundancy and the things that were already covered in the Zoom meetings by the instructors and any overlap. Thank you guys for your patience. And side note, if anybody needs anything from me individually, I will make myself readily available for working with people from anything from interpersonal communications, one-on-one and over the phone dialogue, cold calling to public speaking and everything in between. This is just a different skill set from a different life of mine. And if that can overlap and help anybody who's struggling with this in any way, feel free to reach out. Honestly, I do that more than I do anything else for a living, really. And my phone number is 480-620-9995. Feel free to reach out 24 hours a day. Honestly, I'm here. If I can't answer, I will. I appreciate you guys in this opportunity. So I hope to hear back from you guys. Be safe and have a great week. Thank you for your time.